What is a financial statement? A financial statement, often called a consolidated financial statement, is a document typically published on a quarterly basis by publicly traded companies. These financial statements can range anywhere from 4 to 5 pages or from 4 to 500 pages in length. A simple financial statement will be built around these two components. The first component is the balance sheet, also known as the statement of financial position. The second component will be the income statement, also known as the statement of profit, income, or loss. Sandwiched around those two items, you'll often see before the balance sheet an accounting auditor's report, if it is an audited statement. Sometimes they are unaudited. And after the income statement, depending on what country you're in, you may see a statement of cash flows, a statement of stockholders' equity, and lastly, of sometimes a very long section, which is the notes to the consolidated financial statements. Here's a year-end consolidated financial statement for a company called Riverside Resources. On page 2, we see the auditor's report. On page 5, we now see the balance sheet, also known as the statement of financial position. Next is the statement of income or loss. Next is the statement of cash flows, followed by the statement of changes in shareholders' equity. And lastly, the last section of this statement is a list of all the notes. And these you can think of as endnotes. In just about every financial statement, on the balance sheet and on the income statement, you should see an area that will say note. Or you'll see like a column here with little numbers next to the specific rows. What this indicates is that at the end of the report, in that note section, there will be a summary about that item, giving more detail about it. As an example, here on this balance sheet, there is a row there under assets called cash and cash equivalents with note 16 underneath it. If we go to the end of this report and look at note number 16, there will be a summary about that item. Now, a company giving a summary about cash and cash equivalents might say something like what form of cash it is, whether they are short-term, let's say, treasuries, what currency the cash is in, whether it's an on-demand bank deposit, a certificate of deposit, where it's located, just more information in general. And each line item on the balance sheet and the income statement that will have that note number next to it, there will be a summary at the end of the report in the notes section. What's often enjoyable too, quite often at the beginning of the financial statement, there will also be something along the lines of a review of operations, giving a background of the company, a summary of the company's activities during that reporting period. Here's a snapshot of the components of an annual report for a Hong Kong listed company, which has to be my favorite reporting region of the world. And the reason is that the reports are just so simple and easy to read. Here we can see a list, a glossary, headline contents. On page number 44, that item there that says financial statements, that's where the balance sheet and income statement is located. And everything else above and below it is sandwiched around it, giving more detail. And in just about all company annual reports, there will be more background as to the longer-term history of the company, background on the management, the board of directors, as well as the company's long-term goals. And you can see that listed here in this section. A financial statement can range anywhere from 4 to 5 pages or 4 to 500 pages in length. They're usually published quarterly by publicly traded companies, and the backbone of the statement itself are the two components, the balance sheet and the income statement. These reports can be found on the company's website or the regulatory filing website for the country in question, as well as possibly sometimes on the stock exchange website for the country in question as well.